Well, my intention, I think, in the area of New Testament textual criticism is related to my Center for the Study of New Testament Manuscripts, and that's the major contribution I hope to make. We are the only institute in the world dedicated to making digital photographs of all Greek New Testament manuscripts. There are 5,754 of them that are known to exist right now, but the center has discovered about 75, or at least 75, that haven't yet been cataloged as having been discovered. So we top out at over 5,800. And when you count all the pages of text, it's over 2.6 million pages of text, and we shoot them one page at a time. We shoot all the right sides of the manuscript, then the left sides, and compile them together. But our initial task is to take high resolution, very high resolution digital photographs of all the manuscripts. And we've been in 10 countries this year, from New Zealand to Scotland, you know, and almost everything in between. And so far we've taken 125,000 pictures, so we've got a long ways to go, but we've got a good 5% of them done. Our next step after doing that is to work with a software company in Chicago that is developing optical character recognition, or OCR software, for us that will actually be able to scan these handwritten manuscripts and convert it to printed text. And the reason this is important is because scholars have always had to do this by hand, and it takes an average scholar maybe 30 minutes or longer to collate a single chapter of the New Testament, maybe up to 60 minutes for one of the gospel chapters. Collating is essentially kind of a quick and dirty way of transcribing it letter by letter. But I won't explain it any further than that, but that's what it's about. And I've calculated that it would take about 400 man-years to collate all of the manuscripts if we had all of them. If you had all of them in one room, in digital format, even that way it's going to take 400 man-years to do it. Only one book of the whole New Testament has ever had all of its manuscripts collated, and that was Revelation. It took a single scholar to do it, 30 years. He finished it in 1929. And he did it because Revelation has fewer manuscripts than any other book of the New Testament. So that's why he could get that one done, only 325 manuscripts or so. What would take 400 man-years, if we can get this software in place, and that should be done in the next year or two, and get the digital images in place, we'll reduce that 400 man-years to 2 years of labor. That's absolutely astounding. And when you start assembling all the data, then you can start looking at the genealogical relationships of the manuscripts. The more manuscripts we discover, the more you fill in those gaps, the more you can think through those relationships, how careful various scribes were. And ultimately the objective is to try to get back to the autographs as closely as we can. Autographs are the original texts of the New Testament as they were dispatched from the biblical author to his audience. So that's our objective.